Hello everyone, and welcome to our session, Firefly Designed to Glow. My name is Manssur Khairzad, brand experience lead, design and strategy for Firefly, and I'm very honored to be here today, together with my colleagues, Guillaume and Philipp, on behalf of the entire Firefly design organization. And I'm super excited to let Firefly soar in Germany for the very first time and present the work of the last 36 months. Empowered by Autodesk and their tools. We want to take you with us on this exciting journey and give you a glimpse into the world of Glow, where it all started, what we wanted to achieve, and how we did it. But before we jump into Firefly, I want to give you a little context why we even exist in the world. NIO has developed into a group structure with 3 different brands, NIO, Onvo, and Firefly, to create a unique, different user experience in each segment. We want to tailor our offering to the needs of our global users. In other words, we are in this journey for a while now. In fact, our journey actually started in 2014 when our CEO, chairman, and founder, William, realized it needed a change in the outer world. EV was still rare, but pollution surely wasn't. So after his first child was born, William was standing on his balcony in Beijing and felt the need for change. Turning the gray skies above his house into something different. He wanted the blue sky to come and make his personal contribution to a better, more sustainable world. This mission drives him and us now every day. However, this is not enough, because we were missing a very important piece of the puzzle, a piece that will help us scale our idea, make it more accessible to more people around the world. What we need is a small electric car that is also accessible. Not only for the overall NIO business, since B segment is a key enabler for volume potential, if the price is right, it is also more efficient. It needs less energy to produce, less energy to drive, and also less space on our streets. Small cars are the smarter choice. So we have created a car with a small footprint, but very big impact. An impact we are after, in the most positive way, for pretty much everyone out there, since we have the strong foundational belief of mobility for everyone, anywhere and anytime. In other words, our goal is a brand and car that people want and can reach, and that truly has something for everyone. So everyone is empowered to live more, move more, and connect more. Move free and flexible according to their needs, and do more what they love, and just follow their hearts. This is the essence of our brand promise of freedom to glow. And you will see how we activated this promise across our brand and our car. However, we can only achieve this when we think and act differently. And this was a very early realization that William shared with us. And it makes sense because we are new, we don't have the big network yet. And we also cannot copy the playbook of the established players. So we need to create something different and offer it in a different way. And we also have to understand who we want to be in this world. What is our purpose? What is our mission? And how should people remember us? And when we first learned about the project, we had to think immediately about this small creature you will find out there in the nature, a firefly. It is small and electric and buzzing with energy, the perfect fit for us. We felt like Firefly is not only a great project name, but it could also be a great brand name. It became the driving force for us and built a foundation for a quite cohesive brand and product vision. The Firefly also inspired our iconic logo. With a wing, a body, and a glowing abdomen. The upper part of the logo, the wing on the left side and the body on the right, represents freedom of movement, as if it's spreading the wings and is ready to take our future users anywhere they want. The firefly's tail symbolizes a vivid glow, the ability to shine bright and be different. It's a symbol of our own inner radiance. And also, our brand should shine bright globally. So we decided to go for glow as our leading brand color and ensure also our users and car have this glow factor. Because glow is the feeling that lasts, a glow that makes our brand, our car, and every moment with us so special. It's this glow that connects people, emotions, and the joy of movement all around the globe. And it's just such an exciting project from day one. And we are also quite keen to share the process with you today. An exclusive behind the scenes, if you will. Let's start with our design ambition and the thinking behind our design story. A story that started only 3 years ago. 3 years ago, at the 27th of April, we had our very first internal sketch review. And now, just 2 weeks ago, we delivered our first cars in China to our users. And soon, Europe will follow, with the Netherlands and Norway as the first markets here. 3 years is actually a crazy number, but it's also a magical one for us. So you may ask yourself, how did they manage to do it so quickly? And what are the secret ingredients? Well, we will tell you. The first one, and also the most important, of course, a strong, small, and fully dedicated team of experts. In this case, the majority is located in Munich, since Firefly is a car that we based on typical European use cases. The launch timing here was impacted by certain political decisions, but it's not the right stage to go into details here. The second ingredient is a clear and practical brand DNA. In our case, based on our brand values, we went for vivid, thoughtful, and solid. Every decision of the brand, from graphic design to car styling to HMI design to Firefly's own signature scent, is always filtered through these 3 words. In this way, everything we do is unmistakably Firefly. And lastly, the third ingredient. We had a very clear design mission. From day one, everyone understood the task. Still, everyone can state those, again, 3 principles. Firstly, we wanted to elevate the perception of small cars again. They deserve more prestige, since they are a smart choice. But you can only achieve it if your overall product experience can punch above its class through a high level of design quality. And lastly, we wanted to create something that really has the potential to be iconic. Like some other small and big cars, we can all draw with our eyes closed. But who can better sum up what we did than our Senior Vice President of Design, Chris Thomason.
Our design journey started with something simple yet iconic, a Firefly. It's small, electric, buzzing with energy, and totally mesmerizing. It became the foundation of our design DNA, vivid, thoughtful, and solid. Vivid means our products trigger positive emotions and create a lasting impression. The first thing we did was the light signature. We call this design the Trio Lights. Just like the glow that makes a Firefly so special, that you'll find on the front and rear. Why 3? Because all good things come in 3s. It's the magic number that fits perfectly to our Firefly. We then extended our circles to ovals, a pure and balanced form repeated throughout the car, reinforcing our strong design language. Our Firefly is also thoughtful, with logic and purpose, like the lower parts of the car, which are made from a sustainable material. Our silhouette is striking yet efficient, thanks to short overhangs, an aerodynamic roofline, and what we call the dynamic hoop. This agile element gives the car a directional attitude, even when standing still. But it's not just about agility. Our product is solid, conveying trust and confidence. The stance and proportions give it a street presence, unique and captivating. We're really proud to say we've created a small, smart, premium, and special EV that punches above its class and embodies the spirit of a Firefly.
And now, let's hear more about the spirit of Firefly and the actual design development journey. For that, I invite one of the driving forces of the exterior design to the stage, my colleague Guillaume Mazerolle. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Manssur. Hi, everyone. So today I'm going to give you a bit more insight about the design process and how we work in Firefly. As most of you knows how it's working in the industry, you will see that you will recognize some stuff. So you got like few designers sketching, then developing in a subdivision on LES, and then the few ideas we got, we presented to our CEO, William Lee. So you can see on the image on the top left here, this was like the selection moment. And from that, we went directly to NURBS and developed the car. And on the next step, we did also a bit of clay, as you can see on the pictures over there, and then was mainly like pure like digital modeling. Then we worked also with some suppliers who help on the modeling and also some VR session. So we worked with Pininfarina or Torino. And as you can see, we got our team here, for example, with Sebastian and Franco. They are there like checking the volume to really improve at the same time the exterior on the quality, and the same thing to understand the interior proportions of the car. But more about the design details. So these were like the sketches done by our designer, Bobby. And the cool thing that I like on this is that you really feel the essence on the final product. So we went really simple in terms of volume, no busy theme on the side, really pure to stay timeless. But the most important thing was the front and the rear fascia, to have the same one, so at every angle of the car, you can directly recognize the car. And on this fascia, what is really good is the trio lights. So these three little circles, which are immediately recognizable. As Manssur was saying, 3 for us is our lucky number, our little magic number, and we went for the most pure shape, which is the circle. And then on the rest of the fascia, you have simple shapes, which that we call the pill shape, which is just the outline getting the two little circle, and that you will find also on the lower part. And on the fascia, which is where you have the logo, we played with a bit of details where you find that these little lamellas in a pill shape too. And then, so then on the lower part, like side rocker, front and rear, we have like 30% recycled materials. So that's, and then for the, so this is giving like really like vivid face to the product. And then on the side we have like solid stands, so really pure volume, and like we are like kind of best in class also for second room, so a lot of space for our user, and we want to have like a really aero efficient volume, so super clean outline. And the second part that you will recognize the car on the side view is this hoop design. So just these two lines which is like really embracing the cabin and giving like really good stance to the product. Now it's time to give goodbye to the exterior part, and I will welcome Philipp to present the interior part. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Hi. So now let's look at the interior. For the interior, we had the same ambitious mission that we had for the exterior, which is elevate the perception of small cars, punch above our class, and make something iconic. And whenever designers talk about iconic, we all know it's a big word. It's something that's not easy to achieve, but we really tried our best there. And for me personally, there's maybe two main components to get to something that's iconic. The first thing is consistency. Consistency we achieve through our design DNA, vivid, solid, and thoughtful. As Manssur already explained, everything we do, every design, every detail, touch points, whatever you want to see, is always filtered through these three words. And then on top of that, to make something iconic, we have to be in the right space, let's say in time. We have to do something that's relevant for people. And as Manssur also said, we did the car in Europe for Europe. So what we did is we heavily focused on our European users and on their lifestyle and tried to really filter everything we do through this lifestyle as well. And the first area where you can recognize this is actually the sketches or the design itself. We can see on the sketches that the formal language we picked for Firefly is super simple, it's very constructed, it's very clean. And the reason for that is that we always imagine this car as an antidote to chaos. The chaos that we have and we all see on European streets, especially if you think about South European cities, it's chaotic, it's hectic, and we felt like that we have to provide something to our users that's actually calming. So our users can focus on the street and then don't have to fiddle around with finding buttons, finding options on the screen. They can really focus on the road, and the interior space is super calming, is super clean, an antidote to the outside world. And the first part where that's super, super important, obviously, is the cockpit. It's the steering wheel. And that's where solidness and this premium tactility comes in. We want our users, again, we're a new brand, we are not well known. When our users the first time grab the steering wheel, what we want them to feel is trust. They want to feel that this is well made. They have two iconic circular buttons. It's very intuitive. All the functionality they need is right at their hands, and they can feel that it is well made and solid. Very important for us to kind of create these feelings in our users. And it continues with a vivid interface. Again, really reducing the amount of information that's really visible to our users at any point. Just give them the information they need. Again, in the spirit of these European cities, an antidote to chaos. Limit the information, limit the almost overstimulation of information. Then if we look into the details, I mean, as I said in the beginning, the whole interior is very simple, so I think it's a little bit of a modeler's dream, right? It's very simple surfaces connected with blends, and it's very easy to understand what's going on, but it's also very difficult because it's exactly those producty and simple shapes that need a lot of attention to details, how we put the CVs and everything into place, so it actually still is fresh and is modern and it has soul, and it doesn't become stiff or woody or kind of mundane or banal. So we want simple, but not simplicity. And what helps us there is like details that we see here. So especially in these details, again, as a contrast to this very clean canvas, we put details in there which are highly crafted, where we put a lot of thought and love into, that also make it easy to understand what needs to happen. So we have the door handle here, we have these little window switches at the bottom. Again, they're all treated in a very similar way, also through CMF then with the materiality. And as I said, again, inspired by the European kind of lifestyle, we put a lot of features in that are reflecting that lifestyle. So we see kind of an armrest going up, so we have a little bit of storage there. We also put an idea in that I personally like very much. At the bottom area of the console, there's a little tray that can fully be pulled out. And that's a little trash bin. Everybody knows it. You eat something in your car, you want to throw the trash out, and then you just leave it in the pocket for, I don't know, 2 months, maybe a year, and after some time you find it again. So we have this little trash bin in the center. You can take that out, throw the trash away, put it back in clean. So again, really thinking about the lifestyle of our users. But the idea where this comes through the most is kind of this bench concept in the first row. And there's, I think, two main scenarios that I would like to touch on. The first one is tight parking spaces in Europe, obviously, right? Sometimes you just have to park really tight to one side of a wall, and this helps you just lift up the armrest, flip it up, and it can slide out, and it's very easy to enter either side or exit either side of the car if you ever find yourself in such a situation. The other scenario is more of a family use case. Again, if you have kids and you maybe drop them off for school and you want them to be safe, you maybe don't want them to exit the car on the right side into the traffic. You want to give them the opportunity actually to go out on the left side. You can step out as a parent, and then you get your kids out, they slide out, and they're on their way and they're safe. So again, really kind of bringing these ideas into the car that deeply focus on the lifestyle of our users, because we feel it's very important that we do something that's relevant for our users with this mission to be iconic. And kind of this whole thinking, this whole idea is this simplicity, these smart features, we also took them to the second row of the car. As an example, in the second row, we have under the seat, you can lift up the cushion, and underneath the seat you will find actually a quite big storage compartment. So again, if you have kids, you know you have toys in the car, you maybe have a little pillow. When I was a kid, I had a lot of comics in the car, and they were always floating around in the back of the seat. My dad was super crazy about it. If he had that, he wouldn't be so mad. But that's, again, ideas that we bring to our users that help them to kind of manage their lifestyle. And this flipping up of the cushion and storage is actually also available in the first row in the passenger side. So again, there's a lot of storage opportunities all around the car to help our users through their daily lives. And altogether, we believe that through these storage opportunities, this high focus, deep focus on our European users, we created something that is unprecedented, especially in roominess. And I all invite you to actually experience that for yourselves. We have the car downstairs, and it will be open for examination for you. All the features you'll find there, or that I just described, are also in that show car. Let's have a look at a little video.
School of hard knocks where I'm from, so when I get a drink I go dumb. Got a lot of swag, been stored up, coulda let it out, been caught up. Best I've ever seen, playing on the greatest team. Just I, myself, and me. I got that new thing, new style, new walk. I got that new vibe, new grip, new talk. Been traveling around the world, and ain't nobody quite like me. I got that new thing. I got that new thing, new style, new walk. I got that new vibe, new grip, new talk.
Yeah, so I think this video wraps up quite nicely. You could see all these kind of thoughtful ideas we had. There was one more idea actually I didn't mention, which was visible there, which is this magnetic accessory point, so you can add extra cup holders, even a little bowl for your dog to feed from. And the second idea that I personally very much like is, and it was just a second on the screen, there is this two-finger control, gesture control or finger control for faster access to certain functions. And that's something that we, again, from a European perspective, we know we are in traffic and you want to change the volume, you want to change your climate control, and you want to do it with just one touch. You don't want to kind of search for that option on the screen. And this idea was a little bit, let's say, clashing with the vision of our, let's say, Chinese colleagues that wanted this car to be super, super digital with just one main screen. So we found this way through a smart two-finger controls to actually have volume control, climate control, and temperature control easy accessible at all times. But there's actually much more to the HMI than that.
Go get it. Go get it.
Right, so we can see that something we are super proud of as well is, especially between interior and HMI, is kind of this super high level of consistency. These pill shapes that are in the HMI can be found in the interior, can be found in the exterior, and we really worked hard actually to get that alignment between all these parts, because we feel that's also something where we can get something that's iconic, and then on top of that, obviously, all these kind of meaningful interactions. But obviously, a third part of this full package is, again, and we leave the interior for a second, is the exterior as well. Kind of just adding to that on top, this consistency between these main parts, exterior, interior, HMI, website, interaction with our users, the brand, to have everything kind of so closely connected and so consistent gives us the feeling that with this product we really have ultimate brand expression of Firefly. Thank you very much for your attention, and we hope to see you at the car downstairs so we can answer all your questions. Thank you very much.